Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're going to hear from Jacob today, who's with Mastercraft, who's going to be talking to you about AI-powered data transformation. So, without further ado, Jacob, take it away.
Thank you very much. Okay, everybody. So, thanks for joining us for the session. It's a pleasure to have you here, and it's a pleasure to be speaking to you today. My name is Jacob Derbyshire. I work as a Market Development Director for Mastercraft here in the UK. Mastercraft being part of the wider Tata Consultancy Services group. Mastercraft is a series of tools that we've been using across hundreds of deliveries over a 25-year period. And those tools are used to accelerate digital delivery for our prospects and customers globally. And those tools have a number of different capabilities. The first of which is really around legacy modernization, legacy migration. So those are tools such as reverse engineering capabilities, or indeed forward engineering capabilities, or tying those together to have almost a seamless reverse to forward engineering. Also some low-code and no-code capabilities to help you deliver programs more quickly. And then we also have things like data transformation, which obviously we're going to dive into a little bit deeper here because the data is a major part of that migration journey. We also have solutions to support things like data quality, data privacy, data redaction, and test data generation as part of this suite of tools. And then finally, we have something called Gile, which is a DevSecOps tool, which helps your team by helping them plan deliveries while integrating with some of their delivery suite, things such as Jira, for example, and creating a single pane of glass across those tools that they're using, while encouraging agile delivery practices and enabling leadership to get a bit more insight into maybe what's holding teams up and help remove some of those barriers and blockers. Of course, if you want any more information about any of these tools, including the data transformation solution, we have a stand just over here behind the Microsoft booth. So feel free to come and join me or Surab here in the front row. We're also very excited to have Bikram here with us today. Bikram is our NoSQL COE lead globally for the BFS&I team, and he'll be able to answer any more maybe technical questions that you may have. I'm definitely not a technical resource, so you can ask me, but I'll have to come to someone else for an answer, okay? So, what's it all about? It's about the outcomes of good data modernization and transformation. That's what we're all looking for. Perhaps we're looking to modernize architecture and we wish to ensure the integrity of that data that we're going to be moving, or indeed, as Gen AI becomes more prevalent in everybody's landscape these days, can we rely on the data that we're feeding into those generative AI models? Essentially, we need to help your business make better informed decisions with the data that they have. And ultimately, we can reduce some of the overheads in the business, maybe that they're sitting in the legacy estate today, on-premise databases, innovate and potentially increase customer satisfaction, or indeed revenue for you as an organization, while ensuring compliance and averting risk that's inherent with having non-compliant or unsecured data as an organization. But if it was easy, it would have been done already and everybody would be doing it and we wouldn't be here talking about it. So there are a number of challenges that come into place when we're looking at trying to do this. And the first of which is actually building a good business case which is stable to be able to fund the project that you're looking to do. And how do we understand what the potential value of doing this transformation is going to be? Then secondly, the complexity of the IT infrastructure that you have today can be massive. We don't necessarily know exactly all the systems that are calling on that data. And if we do make some changes, is that going to have an impact that we're not foreseeing today? So how can we mitigate those risks? Then around security and compliance, down to the teams that are doing the work for you, are we sure that they're able to see the data that they're seeing today? And that all comes together and culminates to lead to a lack of effective strategies to deliver on these programs here and now. And that being the basis, we do see a lot of businesses on all different levels of this modernization journey at different maturity levels, as it were. And MongoDB is going to be a constant companion throughout this maturity process. And we come in at the very first part of migration of this journey, very effort intensive, understanding that legacy data quality, moving away from mainframe, maybe operational data store to an operational data layer, really where the Mastercraft piece comes in. but TCS as a whole can guide you through all of these steps on this ladder of maturity as well, and we're happy to do so. So one key thing to say here is that there are a number of different hurdles that every business comes across, and we do hear these day in, day out, but we have the domain knowledge in-house, and we're able to understand the existing landscape with MongoDB and their capabilities and our capabilities, resulting in real-world solutions for you and your organization. There are some questions around MongoDB's support of specifically transactional systems and NoSQL, and recent iterations of the MongoDB platform have been proven to be able to facilitate just this. And TCS can help accelerate and consult around how we support to best deliver these programs for you and your organization. So we're here to help across the whole journey that you're embarking on as a business. Initially with the strategy, where we are today, as I talked about in one of the first slides, building that business case and getting that budget. What are your unique challenges as an organization? Where do you want to be ideally, and what tools can we use to get you there? Along that modernization journey, using tools like Mastercraft to understand and transpose data from a seamless transition. And once underway, how can we then test and ensure quality across that delivery process? Finally, MongoDB deployment across AWS, Azure, or even GCP as well. So the unique capability of Mastercraft and this tool that we're talking about today, the data transformation tool, is that we support multiple types of database at source and target. So we're very agnostic when it comes to the type of database that you want to use. How it works is we first of all capture metadata in a JSON, which is created in a nested structure, and this is defined itself within the tool. Then our intelligent features, such as auto mapping, where we map source and target attributes, reducing effort vastly. Also the intelligent metadata refresh, which is where we wish to reuse existing mapping, but maybe change one or two things about that structure. We can map and design, and it will show you attributes and how they've been modified as well. There's entity-based migration, which is validation for each of those entities, making it easier again to roll back, reducing effort in the long run and maintaining quality of the data. Then we have the factory model as well, which is creating templates of the ways in which we've worked before to accelerate migration through the best practice that you may have already uncovered. So we have different capabilities based on the source and ultimately the target, allowing transformational structure and logic changes in that data as well. So automated workbenches, again, these provide efficiencies to you and your organization. We have seamless cloud migration, which is including on-premise to cloud. We have MongoDB integration specific to MongoDB's modern data model. And then we have intelligent automation with features mentioned in the previous slide to accelerate this journey, reducing effort by up to 75%, while also increasing quality as well. So Mastercraft can aid in application and database migration while delivering a high quality maintainable code in your target technology. We automate around 75% for mainframe applications and about 90% for distributed systems, again ensuring quality, backed by the experience of migrating already millions of lines of code for our customers. We'll recover lost technical and contextual knowledge about your applications using our 30 or so migration patterns and 300 tested rules already. And here's a brief case study. The customer in this particular instance was the national healthcare provider in India. And the problem here was they really have billions of structured and unstructured patient records. Ultimately, this data needed to be transformed to support more modern requirements, ways of working, and innovation within the organization, as well as UI improvements and security compliance. So with Mastercraft data transformation tools, the customer was able to accelerate this legacy to target migration process while reducing cost of the program and ensuring a high quality result. We migrated 90 million plus records in just 18 hours, and they were also left with a reusable migration script, accelerating future migrations. So that's the end of my presentation today. Of course, this is just a taster of what we do and how we do it. We'd be very happy to host you over at the booth, answer any questions that you have, or indeed, if you want to come over and ask some questions now, you're more than welcome to do so. If anybody's particularly interested in receiving some more information, if you raise your hand, we'll come around and scan you as well, and we can send you some more info after the event. Thanks everybody for joining me.